Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 7 of my Manchester United FM20 series. Be sure to like the video, try and get the video to 100 likes. Thank you, guys, all of you that are watching the series and interacting, really appreciate it. Don't be afraid to get up in the comments what you're thinking about this series so far, get the conversation going, as we are now into a new year, into January, and you know what, January, the transfer window, we've got a bit of talk on that. There's a few things. So first and foremost, we're going to focus on the results after that Liverpool one. You know, it was the final game that we did, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, in the last episode. This episode will be a little bit shorter because it's a bit more focused on transfers, and we're just going to play that one game in the FA Cup, and you see what's coming, Europa League. That will be the following episode. I was initially going to do this, one game in this episode that was going to be against Arsenal, but because as after we played the FA Cup, the first one, we beat Leeds, we see the result there, good result, goals being scored, but it got rescheduled, the Arsenal game, so that's in the end, it's going to be missed out because then we'll do the 3. When outside of transfer window, when February comes around, that's going to be big. The scheduling of that as well. Yeah, going to be very interesting. But let's go through these results first and foremost anyway. It was a pretty controlled performance by us early. We got the job done, as you can see there in the first half. It was 3-0 in the first half there. It was just, we kicked off so nicely. Greenwood really starting to come along. He's had a pretty good season. He's only started the once in the Premier League. Obviously, we are going to start. We're going to be starting the good strike. Not that he's not good, but the Belotti, Martial, they've been very good this season, pretty much. And then that Leeds United one, Greenwood scoring there as well, been very good. Scott McTominay, he's scored more goals actually in the league than I expected. 5-goal season so far. That's pretty respectable from the lad. So then more league games. Burnley, that was a 2-0 right there. Good result. And something I wanted to mention on Carlos Soler as well. So his vision's going up. That's 16 now as well. But we taught him a player trait. Likes to switch ball to other flank. So that happens. He's already developing so many aspects of his game. Had a pretty good season. Outstanding Europa League campaign. 5 goals. Average rating 8.6. Yeah, how good is that? And got the Aston Villa one. But West Ham, we beat as well. Musaku got a late red card. They were a bit frustrated. It was a bit close. There was there's a sending off, own goal, and then a late goal to finish off the game in Anthony Martial. Anthony Martial and Belotti, take a look at these lads. 18 league goals for Martial. And then if we just go back to that right there, in Belotti in the league, he scored 20. Amazing. His training, a bit up and down right there. There's some attributes he's doing well in, as you can see, going up a bit, and then others, fluctuating towards the way you don't want to be going down. But then, guys, 7-0 against Aston Villa. That was a massive performance. It is Aston Villa, so you notice those games against the easier teams, we definitely have put in some bigger wins. But you would take a look, they've been in the Europa League, look like 8-0, 8-1. I suppose we did have 6-0 against Watford, but in the league, as you can see, and then Newcastle, so that was a 7-0 as well. Guys, we've had some big results this season. We can't hide behind that fact. And then the game I just played right now against Bournemouth, before this FA Cup game against Brighton, 4-2. Pretty solid. Callum Wilson got a late goal, didn't really mean too much. Again, we really got it done earlier in the game, and then it was always going to be tough for Bournemouth to come back. So let's go through. Okay, we'll build up. One thing that actually just happened right now was Quinton Fortune. He's gone. He left. I like when this happens, actually, when one of your staff members, whether they be assistants or under 23 coaches, what I like is the fact when they get another job elsewhere, like, sure, we get some compensation, but 150k, that's nothing for Man United, but you see him get a chance and you do want to see them do well. So yeah, hopefully he goes on to have a decent managerial career. So yeah, good luck to the lad. The big news was Eric Bailly, and we did say goodbye to him, unfortunately. Don't forget, we had the promise we were going to sell him, and yeah, if we weren't accepting offers, he would be unhappy. It would be a broken promise, and I didn't want to go into this career starting with a broken promise, even though, yeah, like it's important not to do that. Obviously, you can still manage around that with the promises. But anyway, guys, my point is that was definitely part of the beta. Everyone who does a Man United save, he complains about he wants to leave because he can't offer a new deal, or he can't be offered a new contract because he's not going to get a work permit. Clearly a bug. I would have loved to keep him. So you know my stance on him, at least. I didn't sell him because I don't like him as a player. That's not the reason. But then you look, he's got cons. He might have a problem with injuries, so negative in his game. But yeah, basically, if it wasn't of that fact, we would have still kept him on, but we sold him. And yeah, as you see, 23 million deal. You can see up front. I wanted a little bit more, but we took that. And his value went up a little bit because, we triggered a contract extension, so that was the positive of that. We probably got as much as we could for him. And now, who we got as the replacement? I was spending a bit of time on this today. We played a few games, obviously, and then in January, getting the right man. So, Ruben Diaz, 54 million, that's actually his release clause. If you're looking for an elite centre-back, as his description is in the game, he's 22 years of age. To have that description at that age is really, really good, and obviously his attributes really back it up. He's heavy with his pros. He's got definitely potential to get even better, and yeah, it's still big money. It's not cheap, but it's money that is a bit under his value. Well, you see his value is 55 million, but how much you would have to pay for him if you didn't have that release clause in him. So I was happy with that, and he brings stronger, he replaced Eric Bailly, and Eric Bailly, we weren't playing him as much, and he takes his number as well, the number 3. And yeah, Ruben Diaz is a Portuguese international, 17 caps at just 22 years of age. Very good player at his age as well. And now, when he develops a little bit more, won't take him too long, and he'll be 4-star. We'll have 4-star centre-backs in the team. That's going to be a very good position to be in. And then we can get rid of Phil Jones, Rojo, and it's going to free up some even more space. And take a look, Axel as well. But for me, that's why do you ever wonder about sometimes the players' reports and the squad comparison? For me, clearly, Axel is not the same player attribute-wise. At least Lindelof and Maguire, and then obviously Diaz just coming in now. I think Diaz he has to be rated better. His report has to be better than Tuanzebe, but I don't want to complain about it. Tuanzebe, to me, he doesn't have those outstanding attributes yet. He seems really balanced. But yeah, he was the replacement, a little bit more, but we did have money to spend as well. And you can see we've still got a little bit in the kitty, but that wasn't it. Guys, that's not all we did. Take a look at these two big players coming in on a free transfer, on approach to sign. So they'll be joining. That's zero payment apart from their contracts, basically. Experience as well. You might say getting older, but I wanted to bring some players in, and I thought, well, they were the best basically on a free transfer, apart from, Christian Eriksen, and he's departed if you just want to see him. Yeah, there's Christian Eriksen, who's joining PSG. So, yeah, PSG, they have Edinson Cavani going out. Obviously, we couldn't sign Eriksen because he's playing in England, so we would have to wait till later, which makes it impossible. That kind of player of that quality is always going to be poached by one of those other big European clubs. But yeah, Edinson Cavani, don't forget, guys, his role, pressing forward. So it's going to be a big challenge for next season, or he's going to put pressure on Anthony Martial, because he's going to come in and I can see myself already, and maybe you can as well, but wanting to put him there because he's going to be 100% natural. He'll be full green, the green circle, and it'll just look good for, Cavani to be that. Obviously, experience, pretty good goal-scoring record. Champions League, that just says it as well, 4 goals in 5 starts this season. That says so much, because he's already got it done. Not just in his career in the past, but in this save, shows he can score in the Champions League. That's massive. Jordi Alba, then a fullback, he provides some competition to Luke Shaw, and already has been said, Ashley Young is not good enough. So look at those 2 ratings. That's two great fullbacks to come in, good for rotations for next season. And you might say, yeah, they're a bit on the older side, but you know that we are on the beta save right here. Definitely, if we go on to win the Champions League in the following season, and I think that's when I can start my lower league series. So I think with these signings, it's really fitting well for this save. And just over here, the report of Ruben Diaz as he's signed. You can see a bit of, contract details, but I want to showcase the fan reaction. That's a big thing now when you get that letter rating. A B-, that's not too bad. Not too bad. Pleased to sign a player of his caliber and importance. It says so much, at 22 years of age to have that. His winning presence can only be positive. Definitely. Winning is a good thing. Can I vote on this? Can I vote no? Should McTominay be signed for Tottenham? No. Get that yes down. That's not happening, mate. But yes, let's get into the game for this episode. So it is just going to be the one. So it's good to switch the episode style up for January and different for you guys as well. Not just the same thing of me playing a lot of games and the long episodes. Let me know if you do like that, but it's how they would need to be when we focus on transfers a little bit. So Diaz, you think about his best role, but I don't want to switch up the style. It's been good having one of them as cover, and as I just said as well. Now, Maguire and Lindelof, they are like two great. They were the two best centre-backs in the team that I was selecting a lot. As I just said, Bailly, we weren't playing as much. But now it brings, we have got more competition. And I did something I did want to do, but I kind of just went back to, I wanted to get the best player in because I wasn't as convinced. And even if we could make that signing as well, my goals was to bring in like an English centre-back. And Connor Goldson had an 85 recommendation. Like, take a look at that. But for me, his attributes didn't shout out as me. He's a great leader, but he had no attributes, especially heading, marking, tackling. They weren't they weren't even 15. He didn't have enough 16 or higher for me, and I thought you guys would not think it would be a good signing. But I just want to sign more. Obviously he plays for Rangers. He's not playing in England, but he is English. Obviously, funnily enough, he came from Brighton, or he's playing with Brighton. But I wanted to bring someone in, but I didn't want to, I knew we were going to have some better players, and it was Ben Godfrey. Ben Godfrey was another one. You might think he's a good talent, actually. He was hard to sign. They don't want to sell him. We put an offer in, and they want 100 million, which, too much. So he's interested, though. But I do want to do that. I do want to sign English players, but it does limit the pool. It does limit the pool of the quality of because I want to bring in the best. I want to build a Champions League winning side. So, definitely a thing. With a Premier League team, I would want to bring in English talents, but at the same time build a quality side. So we're not going to really change too much. This should be it. This should still be. It should be a good win for us in terms of quality against Brighton. We're playing this one. Obviously, we need to have one to play in January for the transfer window. As I said, this would have been the Arsenal game. It was this date exactly. That would have been absolutely perfect. But it'll be good. It'll be good to have a big win. But it's Football Manager, guys. It is FM. Anything can happen. But we do start with the early free kick. We can get a goal in the first minutes, and we don't. It was a free kick. So that says a lot. But I do have a feeling it can be one of these games where we have quite a few opportunities, and hopefully that word means goals. Where we have quite a few goals. Belotti. McTominay to Wan-Bissaka. Let's get it. Wan-Bissaka's been pretty solid this season as well. McTominay's been fantastic as a regular starter in central midfield, partnering Pogba there. They've been so good together. Their roles, I feel, really fit well in the formation and then together as well. It's a good mix. They don't find themselves... Okay, we almost score. They don't find themselves getting in each other's way. Sometimes we make a change and we play... when we bring Pereira on, we play with two Mazzalas. And I could almost say the same. We still dominate anyway. Pereira's been pretty solid when he's come on. He scored some goals this season, so yeah, it just looks good tactical wise with the mix of like a box-to-box midfielder with McTominay. I was wondering about that, if he would be that dangerous going forward, but yeah, he's got a few goals to his name, and now we're maintaining possession, then we get a ball forward. Take a look at this. Beautiful, beautiful stuff right there. And Marcus Rashford gets a goal. And guys, Carlos Soler, take a look at that ball. That's why we brought the lad in. See, we've been playing him as a winger, but he's like that creative winger, not with his dribbling exactly and pace. He just puts in amazing balls. Those balls he's putting in from the right, those crosses, he's in the right number, isn't he? He's in the right number, that's all we'll say. That number 7, that David Beckham, he's reminiscent to him, at least in that part of his game. The passes and crosses been very good this season. If we take a look, the assist to his name, 7 in the Premier League, that makes it 8. Very good with his ball at his feet. And yeah, he's a different type of winger. Again, media description, elite. I feel like that's a description for a lot of like top level players, like top 4 teams in top European leagues, judging off those so far. But anyway, he is very good. He's deserved that off his performances. But what do you think about that comparison? Obviously not the same type of player, but just the balls that he's putting in. Look at this from the free kick, and it ends up in a goal. Mate, it's David-like. It is. Harry Maguire. He ends up getting a goal to his name. And yeah, I did for that reason, like I said, with the English players, I wanted to start Harry Maguire ahead of Lindelof for that reason. We'll go. Maybe you guys could leave your feedback, but I mean, Harry Maguire, he gets forward, can get goals for a centre-back. It's more from a set piece, though. But I'm telling you guys, Carlos Soler, great ball. Disappointing, obviously, went down to Pogba for the assist, but it was a great ball put in. He's doing great work. Very good work from the lads so far. So we're putting Brighton under pressure. So, McTominay, strength in midfield. Pogba, Rashford. That's another assist for Pogba, and Rashford finds the back of the net and doubles his tally today and makes our tally go to 3 goals on the day. Interception by Wan-Bissaka. But how about this? Ferocious tackling. Again, once more, the pressure always. The pressure from our press. The pressing is really, really good. And again, it's more than just, you think, you put your strikers on pressing forward. It's more than that, because then from the midfield as well, within your tactics, very, very in depth in terms of that. As I said, not just as simple as putting your strikers. Obviously, that really pushes it even more, though. And here we go. Wan-Bissaka. Now Soler to McTominay. Sprays it out wide. Oh! Almost. That would have been a lovely goal. That would have been lovely. So, yeah, Rashford's got 2. He's got 2. Harry Maguire, 1 to his name. And, yeah, with this tactic, we don't really dominate possession because it's when we get the ball back, it's very attack. You just attack when we get the ball. And if it's in defense, it's very a counter. It's a very countering style. We don't try and pass around. And it's, once more, if we talk about that mix, I'll just say we're very happy at the moment. But if you see about our team instructions, it is a slightly shorter style, the passing directness, and even play out defense, work ball into the box. But the tempo is higher as well. So it's all about, it's a very nice mixture. It's all the tactics is all about getting the right mix. Because a team might come up against you and know your style. So it's always good to be flexible and have multiple ways to your game, and we have that. And like I said, we can, if we haven't scored, we can go even more direct through the passing. So for games that it's not running as smooth for us. So this one so far is going well, though. You can't see us really being knocked out, losing from this point. McTominay, I love. That's 2 big lads as well, Pogba and McTominay. McTominay, like, being honest, he is more defensive. Pogba takes those long shots, but it's 2 strong bodies in midfield in Pogba and McTominay. Like, look at the lads. Look, he's 194 centimeters. Scott McTominay, huge. Strength, 14. He's very aggression, 15, pretty strong as well in terms of that attribute. And then Paul Pogba, 191 centimeters with 17 strength. It's just so, yeah, it's really tough for other opposition's midfield to come up against. And it's not really often a case for you to come up, for teams to come up against. You wonder when you talk about the midfield battle, you see being strong in midfield with a lot of players, or with your players being strong passers and everything like that. But our players there, it's a different kind of thing to come up against. And that's a free kick. It's Paul Pogba, who it falls to Rashford. Oh, how about that? To fall to him like that, wonderful goal for his hat trick. You know it's your day. You know it is your day, and Rashford getting his goal tally up as well. Obviously Martial and Belotti playing in the striker position, scoring a lot. But Rashford as an inside forward now, building up his tally. Pogba, that 3 assists today. How about that? We might make a couple changes right now. Carlos Soler, fantastic game. Let's bring him off right here. Bring on Daniel James. He can play either side, left wing or right wing, or left midfield, right midfield as well. Really good. In terms of younger players, I thought we'll bring on Greenwood, Belotti. Funnily enough, the strikers haven't done anything. Belotti, who's just 1% condition less, so I thought we'll take him off. And then maybe Pereira for Pogba. Pogba's had a great game. He's got a hat-trick of assists. So, let him rest, and we'll bring on Pereira. As I said, he's been pretty respectable. He's been more, just a bit more. He's been more better than I expected him this season. If you watch my Man United careers I've done previously, whether it be in FIFA or Football Manager, maybe you think or you see me like using him as a player that is a very rotation, but minimally rotated. Not as much as we have used him this season, but he's done well. So we've seen him as good enough to be that next centre midfield coming on. Apart from after McTominay and Pogba. So, been very, very happy, and we look to be playing this one outright now. And our opponents, no shots on target, playing this attacking. Rashford getting a hat-trick as well. Is a great performance today. Some of the players' body language isn't that great, but when we're doing this week in, week out, and there's one thing. See, there's always things when you play a few games. There's a lot to update. Obviously, we'll do the next round draw. It was the league. You might notice, what happened to Man City? Well, they lost a game. Manchester City lost a game. If we go into their schedule, they lost against Tottenham. It was a very, very close one. But you're like, it was close. But they only scored a late goal through Gundogan there, and like Son, brace. He put him in a great position. So it wasn't as close as it looked. If anything, City got a late consolation goal. Maybe tried to put him in a position even after that, a late winner, maybe to get late equalizer. I meant another goal, to get an equalizer. But anyway, dominant win, very, very good from us. And guys, again, so you know, for Diaz, what we did for the scouting, we did do the assignments. We went to the assignments, and then we went to the general focus and short term. We did the new short-term focus, defender, and then look, I did at least 3-star current ability, and I did for 1 week, the lowest, because I wanted them as quick as possible, really. So that's why you would see quite a few players scouted, but they got good reports. If you judge off, will it be the recent reports? There'll be some centre-backs in there. There was this Nunez as well. I'm not sure who that guy is, but just going through some of the different reports. Mark Bartra as well, obviously amongst some others in the general scouting when it's all players. Just as you can see, the general that he fits tactic and in their peak. When I really want one specific position, that's what we do. We do the short term. And then we look for the player, and that's exactly how that signing came about. And guys, surprise money is lovely. When you get it unexpectedly. Well, we got a message that we'd get this recently, so I knew, it could have come, but then it happens. Yes, you get a 1.3 million, part of Daily Blin. It feels like, it feels so long. It feels so long since he's been at Man United. I liked him. I don't know. I liked his versatility. He can play a lot of positions. He was a good passer. He was okay defensively, but he was good in midfield or defense. He was, solid player, did his job. So there's Tottenham. Tottenham, pretty good form at the moment. You know, they recently beat Man City. And as you can see, we're still getting some. Skriniar, he would have cost too much. We'll acknowledge that. But yeah, probably won't go for him. Especially now. So let's go in to draw the draw for the FA Cup. 20 teams left. Yeah, we'll go individually. Let's see who we're going to get. Are we going to get one of the bigger clubs? Or Liverpool against Crystal Palace, Bristol City up against Arsenal. That's going to be tough for them. Manchester City and Tottenham Hotspur. That's going to be a big one. Manchester City out to get revenge after Tottenham beat them in the league. And now, let's see. Well, yeah, we're going to draw someone pretty easy, surely, here. Well, I was going to say there was still, Leicester and West Ham to play out. So, okay. I thought it was good. There was a good chance it was going to be one of these others, but we'll take that. We'll take that anyway. At home, we definitely should still get that. I just wonder, when is that going to be now in terms of the fixtures, if we're going to fit that in, if it's going to be, a match we're going to fit into an episode or not. Okay, it's going to be after that. So, we'll probably play a bit more. Still pretty early in the cup. Well, I mean, it's 5th round. Yeah, some other teams to come. But anyway, look how the league finish will be. Could be very interesting. There with Man City and Liverpool, 2 games in a row in May. Obviously, Brighton to finish things off. But anyway, we've got things a bit more in the near future. The next episode, guys, we're going to play those 3. So we'll play 3 off camera. Newcastle United, Arsenal, which, I would have loved to do that one. A bit more of a challenge it could have been. But then the FA Cup draw came through and that got replaced. Anyway, guys, if you could leave a like on this episode, try and get it to 100 likes. Really appreciate you guys that are supporting this series so far. I'm going to have a big year of Football Manager on the channel, so there's going to be videos every single day. So make sure you do not miss them. And as I said earlier, maybe this could be a 2-season beta save, and then we get kicking with Bath City in the lower league management when the full game drops. I'm really excited for that, to be honest. Leave a thumbs up for the next episode as well if you're excited for that. Europa League knockouts against FC Porto with a Chelsea match in between. That's going to be huge. I'll see you guys there.